Hey there everyone, time for another vlog. Sorry about last week, but with all the, Doctor Who stuff that was going on, kind of slipped through my fingers the ability to do one. Had to keep track of all that stuff. Anyway, so, there was a news story that came out this week that kind of caught my attention, not only because I am one of the no-agenda people. Well, no, don't run, I promise. We're not crazy, despite what certain people of certain networks would say. Anyway, point is that a story came to my attention that the site 23andMe is actually being shut down by the Food and Drug Administration because of concerns. Now, what hits me about this, first off on the bat, is I know what these reports are. I even considered getting one myself. But I had ended up not getting it because of actually what the FDA is now concerned about. It seems that 23andMe, whenever they give you those reports, yes, they tell you your genetics. For those of you that don't know, 23andMe is a site where they will send you a little DNA kit. You spit into this vial, I don't know how much, they need a lot of spit apparently. You wrap it up, send it off, and then they send you back a report of your genome. Kind of cool, right? And it will give you your heritage. There was a funny case in which a white supremacist apparently got 33% African American. That was kind of amusing. So tiny things like that have happened based on it now. But it doesn't only give you your genealogy, which would be the main reason I would want to get something like that. It also gives you these little markers. Things that say, oh, you might be at risk for cancer, oh, you may be at risk for this disease or that disease. The problem is, it's never been made completely clear that when it comes to this whole process, that does not guarantee that you will or will not get that disease. I think we have a fundamental flaw as human beings. Once we figure out the possibility of something, it becomes more of a solid, concrete something that's going to happen. And I don't even know if this is strictly the fault of 23andMe. I think it's something to do with the fact that as humans, we worry. We worry way too dang much. I myself am crazily neurotic, and I'll admit it to begin with. But I think sometimes you can know a bit too much. And in the case of this 23andMe thing, the FDA has a concern that giving people, oh, you may have the risk of this, or you may not have the risk of this, because apparently it even gives you things that you probably won't get, like you've got a lesser chance of, might prevent people from doing preventative measures. And in the back of my mind, I can't help but come up with the tiny little theory that chances are the FDA wasn't concerned about this, and there was probably someone that sort of whispered in there and goes, you need to kind of do something about this, we're concerned. But that aside, because I don't want to put my tinfoil hat on right now, I'm not really annoyed that they're shutting it down. I don't have really a thought plus or minus for the whole 23andMe thing, but you guys do know that I have this thing about thinking positively. And when a person gets a variable, like, oh, you got this 50% chance of getting cancer, then, well, let's be honest, you're going to be so focused on it, you may very well get cancer, or you may very well get whatever is going to come down, because you're worried about it so much that, well, might as well have it. But that's what I got to say about that. So yeah, that was the kind of news story that cropped up, since, again, this week we're not covering stories on Samcast. We're going to cover the Doctor Who specials, both the one that was the 50th anniversary, because we've given you guys enough time, and we are going to cover the Big Finish story, The Light at the End, which was their 50th anniversary. So if you want to check those out, go to tscn.tv/Samcast around Sunday, and it will be up in the morning. That's usually whenever we release them. I try to release them first thing in the morning when I wake up. If you got any feedback, what do you think about this whole 23andMe thing closing down? Are you pro this, against this? Do you not even care? Leave a comment below or send it to samcastfeedback@gmail.com. And find all my other vlogs at tscn.tv/vlog. So, until next week, live your life, don't worry about those scary markers, and see you guys next time. This has been a production of the Samcast Network. tscn.tv. What's your passion?